Okay, lesson 1, basic soloing part 1. I'm going to talk to you about two concepts that are very important to playing lead guitar, which is after you've learned all your scale patterns and learned how to noodle around with all those patterns and found some common riffs, okay? But these are the patterns, or these are the concepts that come after that. That's a given. You're supposed to already have learned all that stuff and worked on that stuff, okay? And of course it's a work in progress to really master all your scale patterns and all that. But so then, once you have that, these concepts really become important. The first concept is to know your root notes, okay? The root note of a chord is the note the chord is named after, or a scale. The root note of a scale is the note the scale is named after. If I'm talking about an A chord, then I'm talking about an A note. It's as simple as that, all right? If it's a D chord, it's a D note, all right? I'm going to take my main pentatonic scale pattern, and I'm going to play in the key of A, as I like to do, okay? And we're going to talk about a basic rock chord progression, or blues chord progression, or country chord progression, the 1-4-5 progression. So if I were playing chords, I'd have an A chord, a D chord, and an E chord, okay? Well, so what are my root notes for that? A, D, and E, of course, okay? But it's not just knowing them, it's knowing where they are that's important to the lead guitar player, okay? Within the A minor pentatonic scale pattern that we're fooling around with here, I have all three of those notes, okay? Here's an A note, here's another, and here's another. You need to know where those are. You need to know where they are in this scale pattern. You need to know where they are in each scale pattern, okay? And it takes some time to learn all that. One thing that I found helpful, especially when I was younger, was to draw diagrams with a pencil and a piece of paper and label the notes. I did lots and lots of that. It really helped me visualize the neck better. Give that a try. It'll really help you, okay? Now, so if those are my A notes, where is D? Well, D is right here. 5th string, 5th fret, and over again on the 3rd string, okay? And then I've got an E note right here, 7th fret, and back over here, okay? If I were to just fool around with the root notes, okay, this is a good little exercise just to get yourself familiar with where those root notes are. Eventually you want to learn where the root notes are for the rest of the chord scale, not just the A, the D, and the E, the 1, 4, and 5 chord, but where is the 2 chord? Where's the 3 chord? Where's the 6 and the 7 chords? You want to know those root notes too. But just to introduce this concept to you, I want to stick with the king of all chord progressions, the 1-4-5. Alright? So, A is my 1 chord, D is my 4 chord, and E is my 5 chord. Okay? Alright, I talked about knowing your root notes. Step 2 of the basic soloing, part 1 lesson, is follow the chords. When you are playing with a friend, or when you're soloing over a CD or an MP3 of your favorite guitar player, you want to follow the chords. You want to adjust for what chord they're playing. If they're playing an A chord, you want to be playing notes that kind of focus on that root note for that A chord. When they go to a D chord, you need to adjust your playing a little bit and focus on notes that are related to that D chord, especially the root note of the chord. And likewise for the E chord. Your riffs need to end up on those E notes, okay? The 1-4-5, follow the chords. Now there's two ways I want to show you right here of following the chords, two basic ideas. One is that we can stay in this main pentatonic pattern, and we have our root note of the A chord, the 1 chord, right there, and over there. We have the root note of the 4 chord, the D, right there, and the root note of the 5 chord, the E, in those two positions, okay? You should know that. And now, another way I want you to look at this, I'm going to move up and down the neck. Basically what I'm going to do is take my main pentatonic pattern, and keep in mind that that main pentatonic pattern fits right in place with that chord right there, the E-shaped bar chord. The main pentatonic pattern gets its root note from the same place that E-shaped bar chord does. Well, so there's an A chord. Where would I have a D chord? I'd have it up at the 10th fret. So I'm going to move my E-shaped bar chord up to the 10th fret. Now I'm playing a D chord. I could go ahead and play my D minor pentatonic right there, and I know where the root notes are for that chord, because you already figured out where the root notes are for that chord, that one chord. Okay? Likewise, I could do the same with the E chord. I can move my chord up another 2 frets to E. There's my main pentatonic pattern, and there are my root notes. Okay? And you want to know these 2 methods at least, if not others, of finding the root notes in your chords and in your chord progression. Remember, you need to know the root notes of each chord in your chord progression. All right? Working on this kind of concept all over the neck in different positions, in different scale patterns, will really help move your guitar playing forward in a number of ways. But one of the key elements is that as you try to play lead guitar, you want to focus on those root notes and you want to follow the chords. Okay? That's lesson 1.